how to launch your first digital product in 30 days. But before we dive in, let me ask you something. What if 30 days from now, you weren't just thinking about launching a digital product, but it was already done out in the world, helping people and making sales? I know it sounds wild, especially if you have been stuck in research for weeks or months. But stick with me, because in this video, I'm going to walk you through a realistic step-by-step plan that shows you exactly how to launch your first digital product, even if you have got no audience, no tech skills, and no clue where to start. I'm not here to promise overnight riches. This is not some push a button and money falls from the sky tutorial. What I'm going to share with you is the exact 30-day roadmap I wish I had when I started. Because years ago, I was working a corporate job, dreaming of time freedom, financial independence, and just being able to do what I love without needing permission from a boss. Sound familiar? Well, I made a lot of mistakes. I took the long way, but eventually I figured it out. And since then, I have launched hundreds of digital products and helped countless others do the same. So in today's video, I am giving you the shortcut. This is the simplest way to go from idea to product launch in just 30 days. Are you ready? So let's get into it. Week 1, pick the problem and promise. Okay. In week one is very crucial because before you touch Canva, write a single word or think about pricing, we need to lock in your big idea. And that starts with identifying two things. One, the problem your product solves. Two, the promise it delivers. Here is the deal. People don't buy products, they buy solutions. Let me tell that again. People don't buy products, they buy solutions. So, for example, they are stuck at point A and they want to get to point B. So, your digital product is the bridge that gets them there. Okay. So, how do you choose that problem? Think about these questions. What something you have overcome in your life that others are still struggling with? Okay. 2, what do people ask you for advice about over and over again? Okay. Number 3, if you had to give a TED talk tomorrow with no preparation, what is the topic you could nail? Ask these 3 questions, and let me give you an example. When I first started, I was working a full-time job and desperately wanted to break free and start my own thing. And I spent years learning everything about online business, digital products, sales funnels, you name it. Now, this same struggle I went through, okay? That is the problem I solve for my audience today. Maybe for you, it is something different. Maybe you lost 30 pounds and everyone asks how. Maybe you got out of burnout or overcame anxiety or panic attacks. You have mastered LinkedIn, okay, homeschooling, budgeting, or even organizing your kitchen. Okay, point is, don't overthink this. Don't go chasing the hottest trends or the most viral niche. Pick a real problem that you understand deeply and that other people would pay to solve. Okay, now for the promise, once you know the problem, ask yourself, what transformation can I help someone achieve by the end of my product? Okay, what transformation can I help someone achieve by the end of my product? Okay, keep it simple. Here is the formula I like to use. Okay, by the end of this, you will go from, okay, that is the struggle, you go from that struggle to a result. For example, from anxious and overwhelmed to focused and in control. Okay, that is the struggle is anxious and the result is focused and in control. Okay, let's say another example from stuck with no audience to launching your first product. So stuck with no audience is the struggle, and the result you are promising is launching your first product. And if you ask me to give another example, from tired and foggy to sleeping deeply and waking up energized. Okay, this promise becomes your North Star. It helps you structure your content, write your sales page, and even build the product name. So that is your homework for week 1. Write down the specific problem your product solves, craft a clear promise that defines what your products help people achieve. Okay, once you got those 2 things dialed in, the rest becomes a lot easier. So go and do a week 1 homework. And now let's dive into week 2, outline and structure your product. Now that you have identified the problem your product solves, the promise it delivers, it is time to build the foundation. And no, I'm not talking about spending weeks writing a 200-page ebook or recording 50 videos. I'm talking about creating a simple, clear, and actionable product structure that delivers results. Okay, now let's break this down in 3 steps. Step number 1, choose your format. Ask yourself, how do I want to deliver the transformation I promised? There is no one size fits for all. Okay, choose what suits your strengths. So if you like writing, go with an ebook or a guide or a checklist. If you are good on camera, do a video course or a workshop. Or if you prefer audio format, record a mini audio series or voice guided workbook. Okay, anything will do. And if you want to keep it super simple, a PDF roadmap with 5 clear steps will do. Okay, start small and tight because you are building a minimum viable product, not a masterpiece. Okay, keep that in your mind. And step number 2, map out the framework, aka your step-by-step path. Now imagine your audience is here at point A, that is their struggle, and they want to get to point B. Okay, that is the results you promised. Your job is to create the bridge, okay, the step-by-step framework to get them there. Okay, this is not about stuffing a product with fluff. This is about guiding them through real transformation with simple, actionable steps. Let's say your product helps people start their own coaching business. Okay, if that is the case, your framework would be get clear on your niche and offer the frameworks. Okay, create your own coaching package, set up your client onboarding system, get your first client, deliver a great experience and build referrals. Okay, boom, the 5 steps. Okay, that is your product structure. Even if you are creating a simple PDF, this becomes the core outline. I hope you got that idea, right? And each steps become a section or a module, and the goal is to make progress easy. And step number 3, add micro wins to each step. Okay, here is the secret to making people love your product. Don't just give them information. Give them a win in every section or in every module. Okay, break down each steps like, what is the mini goal of this section and what action should they take after completing it? Can you add a worksheet, cheat sheet or template to make it easier? Think about that. Remember, your product is not a textbook. It is a tool to help someone make real changes. Think like this: less theory, more progress. Here is the bonus tip. If you ever feel overwhelmed creating your product, imagine explaining your process to a friend over a coffee. Okay, that is the voice your product should have: clear, friendly, and helpful. And this is your homework for week 2. Okay, decide on your product format, whether it is a PDF or a video or audio. Okay, decide on the product format and write down 3 to 7 steps that guides your customer from problem to result. Okay, add one action item or quick win per step. Okay, you now have the bonds of your product, and next we will turn it into something real that we will cover in week 3. So in week 3, create your product in 3 to 5 days without overthinking it. Let's be honest, this is the part where most people get stuck. They outline their product, feel motivated, and then nothing happens because they start overthinking, like, what if it is not good enough? What if someone complains? Should I hire a designer first? Should I redo the font? But before you know it, 3 weeks have gone by and nothing is live. So let's fix that. This week we are going to create your product fast without cutting corners and without falling into perfection. Use whatever you are comfortable with. PDF, use Google Docs or Microsoft Office, or even you can do it in Canva. And if your format is videos, you can record using your phone or in Zoom, okay? And if it is audio, use your phone's voice memo or free tools like Audacity, okay? Remember, done is better than perfect. Some of my best-selling products were made in Google Docs, simple Google Docs, and they outsold the pretty ones made with fancy tools. Why? Because they solved a real problem fast. Step 2, build one step at a time. Go back to the framework you created in week 2. Now, take it one step at a time, literally. Let's say you have a 5-step roadmap. Open the document and hit the record button and start with step 1. Okay? Write it or say it or sketch it out. Give 1 to 2 actionable tips and 1 clear next action. Don't try to bash the whole product in one sitting. Okay? Give yourself like 60 to 90 minutes per section. By the end of day 3 or 4, you will have the full product done. Okay? And step number 3, use templates and tools. Don't start from scratch. Here is a secret I tell to all my students. You don't need to write from scratch. There are done for you products, aka PLR products available out there. And if that PLR aligns with your niche, just customize it to your voice. If you go to plrhouse.org, you can see hundreds of high quality done for you products out there, even in the internet marketing niche, self-help niche, and health and fitness niche. If any of the topic that aligns with your niche, buy and just customize that. It is already done for you. That's why I'm saying, you don't have to spend weeks and months to figure out everything you're on. There are shortcuts available. You can use ChatGPT or similar AI tools to help you structure content or write some examples. And you can also use Canva templates to design your PDF or video slides. Okay? And even you can use your own blog post if you have created anything in the past, or newsletters, or even the notes. If you are a good reader, maybe you are taking notes of that favorite topic, right? You can use that also to build your core content. What I mean is, instead of starting from scratch, when you are creating your digital product, like an ebook, course, or lead magnet, look at what you have already written or created in the past. That could be blog posts you have published, email newsletters you have sent to your audience, okay, or notes you have taken during your webinars or coaching calls or in your personal training or after reading a book, social media posts where you have shared insights, dig that content that you previously created. Why? Chances are you have already shared a lot of value on your topic over time, and some of those pieces could be expanded, combined, or repurposed into something much bigger and more structured, right? Example, let's say you have written 3 blog posts in the past about, let's say if the topic is email marketing, maybe you have written some blog posts about how I got my first 100 email subscribers, or my favorite tools for email marketing, or why your first lead magnet doesn't need to be perfect. You could combine these blog posts and turn them into a mini course, or even use the structure as a framework for your full coaching offer or digital product. It saves time, builds consistency, and it leverages your existing. Think of this like assembling a puzzle. The pieces are already there. You are just arranging them in a way that helps people win. If you ask me, "Oh, Sajan, I have no blog posts. I haven't created any content in the past." If that is the case, you can use done for you PLR products. As I explained before, you can go to plrhouse.org and look for the products. There are high quality done for you products already available for you. You can buy it and just expand the content as you like. Boom, and your digital products is done. Okay. And we were in step number 3. Now step number 4 is keep it simple and helpful. Remember this tool. Remember this rule. You are not building a university course. You are building a transformation in a box. Okay? Something people can go through in 1 to 2 sittings and say, "Wow, this helped me. I am moving forward," right? If it takes you more than a week to create, you are probably overcomplicating it. People want result, not lectures. So this is your homework for week 3. Schedule 3 to 5 days this week to build your product. Stick to one section per day, maximum 90 minutes for each section. Okay. Use existing tools like we have discussed, your blog post if you have any, or your notes or templates or PLR to speed up things. Okay, now let's dive into week number 4. Package, price, and publish it. Okay, now your product is ready. Congrats. Now comes the fun part, getting it out into the world, right? Because a great product sitting on your desktop is not a business. It is a hidden treasure no one can find. Okay, so in this week, we will walk you through how to package, price, and publish your product, even if you have never sold anything online before. Okay, let's go. Step number 1 is choose a simple format. Okay, don't overthink it. There are 3 ways most digital products are delivered. PDF, like as you have seen, that could be an ebook, workbook, or guide. The next format we can see in the market is video courses. After creating the videos, you can upload it into YouTube as unlisted, or use Loom, Vimeo, or Google Drive. It doesn't matter. Okay. And if it is audio, you can upload the audio as MP3 format, deliver it via Google Drive or a private podcast feed. Okay. And here is the bonus tip: combine formats if it helps. Sometimes, a short video plus workbook is a great combo and feels premium, right? And step number 2, give it a name that sells. That is very important. Don't just call it like productivity guide or confidence course, because you want to name it like that clearly tells people, the benefit, the results you are promising. Okay, think like what the product helps them achieve, right? Why they should care. By hearing the product name, they should understand what you are promising. And a great name often includes the result, the audience, the hook. These are the components of a great product name. Think the outcome, not features. Step 3, pick a price that matches value, not fear. Here is the pricing truth. Most beginners undercharge because they are scared no one will buy. But pricing is not about your self-worth. It is about the value your product provides, the transformation it delivers, and what similar products charge. Okay, some quick rule of thumb is if it is a simple guide with 10 or 20 pages, you can charge from anywhere from $9 to $27. Okay. If it is a workbook or a template, you can charge $17 to $47. And if it is a mini course, $37 to $97. And if it is a premium offer, you can charge from $97 to $297. If you include coaching or extra support, you can charge more, thousands of dollars, right? So start with the founder's rate if it is your first launch. Okay, you can always raise it later. Step 4, set up a basic delivery system. Because in the beginning, you do not need a fancy website or pricey sales funnel software right away, right? Here is the simple delivery flow. Sell your product using system.io. That is my favorite software that even me and my coaching students are using because it is not overly priced and it is an all-in-one platform. If you're interested, you can check in the description below. I will be giving the link to upload your product files there or link to a Google Drive folder where you have uploaded whatever format it is. Okay, and add your thank you page or confirmation message. Okay, and you can test the purchase by purchasing your product. Okay, to check the flow, before it go live. That's it. No technical overwhelm. No need to hire anyone. Just follow that step. Step 5, hit publish and tell people. This is the step where most creators pause. They have done the work, built the product, priced it, and then they freeze because it feels real now, right? But remember, no one can buy what they don't know exists. So announce it. Even if your audience is small, here is what you can post. You can say on your Facebook or Twitter or whatever platforms you are using. Say like, I just launched or I just created a new guide to help you, and put whatever niche or the topic is. Go from and mention their struggle to a result. Okay. I'm super proud of how it turned out. DM me if you want more details. Or you can say even like, it's live. My first digital product took me 3 weeks of focus and I'm excited to finally help others with it. Okay. And celebrate the launch. People love cheering others on, right? So here is your homework for week 4. Name your product in a way that excites you. Okay. And set a price you feel proud of. Okay. Don't undercharge it or overcharge it, right? Upload it a simple platform and test it. Test purchase it to see whether everything is on place. Okay. And share it with at least 5 to 10 people. Okay. This week. And now you officially a digital product creator. You have done what most people never will. Okay. You showed up, created something valuable and get it out into the world. So in week number 5, target is get at least 10 sales without spending any money on ads. Okay. So congrats again. Your product is live now. Now comes the part that most people either love or avoid, selling. And here is the thing. Selling doesn't have to be sleazy or salesy. When you truly believe your product helps people, it comes your duty to talk about it, right? If you are really proud and if you know inside that it really helps people, then it is your duty to share that with others, right? And this week is about only one thing, getting your first 10 customers. No ads, no funnels, no list needed, just real simple outreach. Okay, let us discuss the steps required for this. Step number 1, tap into your existing circle. Start with people you already know. I'm talking about your friends, family, colleagues, past clients or co-workers or social media followers. Don't pitch them, invite them. Say something like, hey, I just released a new digital course or a guide to help put your target audience solve whatever the problems that you are solving. Okay, I thought of you because you know the personal reason. Maybe they are your friends, they are in your family. Okay, just say that I thought about you. Let me know if you want to check it out. No pressure. Okay, example, let me give you an example. Hey, I just released a new fitness guide to help busy professionals get in shape at home, okay, with short, effective workouts. I thought of you because I remember you mentioned me struggling to stay consistent with fitness lately, right? So let me know if you want to check it out. Totally, no pressure, okay? And step two, DM 20 people. Yes, at least 20 people. This works like a magic because it is direct. DM or voice note 20 people who fit in your niche or have expressed interest in what you do. Okay, it might sound like, hey, I saw your post about struggling with whatever the topic they have posted last week. I actually created a resource to help with that, just launched it this week, so want me to send you the link. So if you are in the Facebook group, you know that several people out there posting their struggles. For example, if you are in a health and fitness group, you can see a lot of posts out there. I already purchased the gym membership. I went for 1 month. Now I am very lazy, or I feel terrific pain when I'm doing exercise, whatever it is, when they are posting similar posts or posting their problems, you can reach out to them saying that, hey, I just saw your post about this thing. I actually created a research for that. I just launched it. If you want, I can send you a link. No pressure at all. Okay, keep it friendly, relevant and short. You don't need 10,000 followers or 1 million YouTube subscribers for this. You need just 10 conversations. Okay, and step number 3, post Facebook's stories or Instagram stories with proof or behind the scene. People love behind the scenes, because it builds curiosity and trust. Post like your process of creating the product. Okay, if it is an ebook, screenshot the table of contents. Okay, or if you are providing coaching, or if you have coached anyone in the past, just put the client results. Ask them to give you a review, either in a video format or in a text format. You can share the testimonials. Okay, you front of a camera or writing something that why you made this product. You can share all of these things in your Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn or Twitter, whatever platform you are in, because people loves that. And always ends with, let me know if you want the link. Okay, and you will be surprised how many people DM you. Okay, you don't know until you do it, so please do it. Okay, and step number 4, ask for help. Okay, this actually builds reach out to 5 to 10 people you trust and say, I just launched my first digital product. It is for so and so who struggle with put their problem. Would love if you could help me spread the word. If you know anyone who could benefit from this product, feel free to send them this. Okay, and send them the link. Most people love to support early creators, believe it or not. They love to support early creators. You just need to ask, no hesitation, just ask. And step number 5, keep talking about it, 3 to 5 times or 5 to 10 times per week. Because as we discussed, this is a valuable product. That people will benefit from it. So it's your moral obligation to share this with the world, right? So here is the biggest mindset shift. People don't hate being sold to. They hate being sold to badly, right? If you believe your product, I'm emphasizing it again and again. If you believe in your product, stop and talk about it in a way that is helpful, honest, and human. Try one story post about what led you to create it, one post highlighting a single module or a lesson. You can give it for free. If you have 5 modules, feel free to share one module for free so that people can see the content. Okay, it is like when you are going to Walmart, okay, you are getting a sample of that cookie or the ice cream, and when you taste it, you feel good. This is a really good product, so you will buy a cartoon of it, right? Likewise, feel free to share that module or a sample. If it is an ebook, you can share the table of content or even the first chapter of the ebook. Okay, one reel with the biggest tip of that product. Okay, one Q&A post like ask me anything about this. Okay, don't disappear after day one. People need to see something 7 to 10 times before they take action. That is the psychological fact. They need to be so. If you think that okay, I have shared it once and nobody is DMing me, I'm not seeing any positive response from my audience, don't think like that, because it is proven that people need at least to be exposed to it 7 to 10 times before taking action. So here is your homework for week 5. DM 20 people in your network who might benefit, okay? And share 3 to 5 content pieces on social media. Reach out to 3 to 5 allies who could help you spread your product with the world. And by the end of this week, if you take these simple steps, there is a high chance that you will land your first 5 to 10 sales. Not by luck, but by intention. No ads, no big list, just showing up and serving. And once you get 10, you can easily get 100, When you realize that, okay, these steps made you 10 sales, now you have the strategies to make it 100 sales. You can adopt the same process. You can make 100 or 1,000 sales, right? Look, you have done the hard part. You created something very valuable and you had the courage to share it with the world. So that alone puts you ahead of 95% of people who only think about launch. And remember this, change doesn't come from learning alone, it comes from action. So there are thousands of people out there right now who need what you know, your story, your experience, and your voice. So don't stop here, keep sharing, keep improving, and keep building. And if you are thinking, creating a product took so long, I'm not sure I can do this again, here is the truth. You don't always have to start from scratch. As we discussed, there are so many high quality PLR products available. It is like having a shortcut, ready-made digital content that you can customize, rebrand, and launch as your own. It saves you a ton of time, energy, and money, so you can focus on what really matters, impact, and income. Okay, so if you are interested, you can check in the links below. I will be providing the links to our PLR website where you can buy high quality done for you digital products. All you have to do is buy and customize it the way you like it, right? Maybe you want to add more content to it. Maybe you didn't like some part of it. You can delete and add your own version. So thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.